Welcome back to the C# beginner series. Today is lesson 1 and we are starting with the absolute fundamentals: variables, data types, input, output, everything you need to begin coding confidently. By the end of this video, you will build a small calculator that takes users input and print a result. Right, so let's begin with part 1 of lesson 1. What are variables? A variable is simply a container that holds a value. Think of it like a labeled box where you put information. Every variable has two things. 1. A type, what kind of data it holds. 2. A name, how you refer to it. We are going to see an example, but before I do that, this is the way I'm going to open it. Now I'll go to a folder. I've created a folder here. I named it part 1. So I'll right click and open my Git bash. So on my Git bash, I'm going to type dotnet, then new. If you follow the last lesson, you should understand what I am doing. I'm trying to create a C# application, then console, or rather a C# console application. Then I'll say n, then my practice underscore part 1 underscore part 1. Then so I have created this application now. I want to show some example. Just to open the application, I could just do this and then right click, open with vscode. So I will just open the application direct on this place. So basically I'll do this, then inside my C#, inside my program.cs. If you have your screen blinking this way, your cursor blinking this way, just click here normal, so it will go back to normal. So you should have this. Still loading. So okay, it's okay now. Let's just run the application to be sure it's running properly. It's running properly. I'm going to do this. Let's navigate to this, navigate to Git, then so I have this now. I'm going to run my application. So I will say dotnet run. So when I type dotnet run, you can see my application C# code trying to compile, and you will see in my console, you can see hello world. Now basically we defined variables and we said they have two things. We said type and the name. So I'm going to demonstrate that now. By default, when you create your first C# program, you will always have hello world and you have Console.WriteLine. Console.WriteLine is used to display text using Console.WriteLine. So basically I will create a simple program. Come here and say int, which stands for the data type. Then I'll say age equal to, the equal to sign means an assignment operator. So I'll say age 25, then this age 25, then this. So I'm getting this on unnecessary assignment of value. This okay. So I'll do this, and also come string name equal to, so I'll name it Omodefe. Then so those are just warning signs. They are not actually error, they are just warning. So double, then say price equal to, since we say double, it will have decimal point, so say 5. So we have this. So let's display them. So we can say print console.WriteLine. So console.WriteLine. So I could just use this and print out the age. I can use this to print out the age, then also use my plus sign as well. The plus is known as concatenation, so you can see it completed it for me. So we have the age, we have the name, and we have the price. So I will save and we compile and run my C#. So you can see so basically there is no space. I can give space using this. Let's rerun our program. We run our program again. So yes, you will see 25 or more Efe, then you will see 99.5. so you can see it's running the hello world and also running my program. So these are example of variables. So we are going to go to part 2 of lesson 1. So in this part we talk about data types. Data type, in terms when it comes to data types, we have primitive types and we have non-primitive types. So some of the primitive types, we have whole number, which are int, decimal numbers, which are double, float, which is small decimal, bool stands for true or false, then char, which stands for character, for single character. Then non-primitive, we've used one of them here, which is string for text, and object. This one is base type for everything. You understand? With time goes on, you will understand this. Now in this particular series, we are going to be using mostly int, double, bools, and string. As you grow, you will use object and classes more often. I'm going to show you another examples of, let me just clear this. Let's just clear this and work on some of these examples. So we have something like this, int, then I'll say score equals to 80. So let's say a student score 80. Then we have double, we have double weight, then we are going to say 72.5. okay, yeah, 72.5. so then let's say bool. So I'm just using bool online. You're trying to justify if someone is online or he or she is not online. So as at this point we'll say true. Then we are going to use non-primitive here. Username equal to, don't forget the equal to is an operator, it's called assignment operator. So we'll say John. We do the same thing and print them out. So we are trying to use trying to practice all these data types. I just use few of them, so you can practice them. So still the same way, username, then we can concatenate this, then come and say weight, or let's just say score call, then we concatenate at the same time. So we have this, so let's run it. Let's run. Make sure you save Ctrl C. This should be your friend. Ctrl C. I don't like using autosave because I want to avoid some mistakes. So I don't like the space here. So I'll do this and rerun this again. Then I'm going to get a well-defined space. So I have John 80, the weight is 72.5, and we have true. So that is it for the part 2 of lesson 1. So let's move on to part 3 of lesson 1, where we'll talk about the output. Where we'll talk about output, part 3 of lesson 1, output. So here we are going to talk about the Console.WriteLine. You've seen this. Now in C#, Console.WriteLine is how we show text to the user. Console.WriteLine, you will see, I don't think you need much example about this. So it is simply Console.WriteLine. So you can pull like the default output that we got when we initiated our C#. So you will always get this. So if you go back to our .NET run, you will get this output as soon as you run it. Hello world. So that is Console.WriteLine. If you still edit and say welcome to lesson 1, okay, let's say we say welcome to lesson 1 or part 3 of lesson 1. So you will see, I will run this now. And immediately you will see welcome to part 3 of lesson 1. So the next one is part 4 of lesson 1. Part 4 of lesson 1. I am breaking them down like this so it will be easy as ABC. So part 3 of lesson 1. Here we'll talk about input. When you hear the word input in C# for C# developers, your mind should go read line. You are going to read input from the user. Console.ReadLine. Now to get input from a user, we use Console.ReadLine. It always return a string, don't forget. So if you are entering a number, don't forget you are going to convert that number. You are going to convert that number or numeric to what? To real integer, because when you enter numeric value from your system, it's going to be seeing it as if it's a string. It's a string, non-primitive. It's going to be seeing it like a non-primitive data type. Is a string. So you're going to convert it to what? To integer data type. So examples, let's see an example. So I will say Console.WriteLine. So we will say, what is your name? What is your name? So when I ask what is your name, I want to collect input. So what I will do here, I will create a variable to hold that name. Say name equal to now I don't want to statically assign that name. I don't want the name to be static. I want it to be dynamic. So I want the name to come from the user. It means this program can be used dynamically by anybody. So for me to do that, for me to collect the value and store the value inside the name variable, I will say console. I will use the console class dot read line. You see. So console.readline. Then to print it out, for me to see the output, don't forget you say console.WriteLine. I'll now say, let's just say hello, then your name. So let's run. I think let's run. So we are going to say, so I will put my name here now and run it. So you see hello Omoefe. So it allows me to enter my name, and immediately it printed out hello Omoefe. So we can run again, and we'll use, let's say we use John, and run again. So you're going to see hello John. So it shows the output. So let's go. We are moving to part 6 of lesson 1. It is known as what? String interpolation. We've talked about this before. String interpolation. So it's a process of imputing variable in a simpler format, instead of using your concatenation, like using the plus assignment operator, the plus operator to concatenate. You could just use string interpolation to do that. So it's as easy as that. Okay, let's do an example. Please do well to make sure you type all these things. They are simple, yes, but please just type them. The more you type them, coding is practice. So sometimes when you watch, you think you know them, but when you type them, then you will see that you are really missing some things. So please do your best, type along with me. Understand me, so you will not forget what we are doing. So I'm going to use string interpolation to display this. So I will do something like this. Sorry, this code generation is really disturbing. So I will say my name is, so I'll put name inside the bracket. My name is, and I am, so let's bring the age down. I am, yes, old. So you see, save and run your application. Run. So it's going to request for, okay, you see my name is Omoefe and I am 25 years old. So it runs the name and it runs the application and gives you what you have given to the application. So that is string interpolation. Thank you for watching. Like I promised from the beginning, I will be doing, so let's go to part 5 of lesson 1, which has to do with what? Conversion. Now, if you ask a user for a number, I have explained this before. Readline gives it as it is. Don't forget. So you must convert it. You must do what? You must convert it. So basically, I am going to just, okay, let me just program this from beginning. So I will say console. I hope you are following this lesson. Console.WriteLine. Console.WriteLine. Then I'll say enter. Okay, let's just use age. Enter your age. Enter your age. So when I say enter your age, then I will say int age equals to. Now I want to collect this from the user, so I will say let's say, okay, let's just say console.readline. Okay, so console.readline. So automatically this is going to give us an error. So what you will do here, you will have to convert. There is a function, there is a method called to int 32. So you have to convert to that. So we are going to wrap this value, because we have a value there but it is not a number. We are going to wrap it with this function. So convert dot, I think, to int 32. Yes, good. So to int 32. So we are going to wrap it there. So you can see our error is gone. So we can now say console dot write line. So we will say, I'm going to use a placeholder. It is called string interpolation. We'll talk about it in the next section, the next part, string interpolation. So basically I will use a $sign to denote it. Then I'll say, instead of using the plus, then I'll say you are. So then I'm going to put my variable here. This is used more in Angular. If you know Angular very well, you use this in Angular. So then that's it. Yes, old. Just put the word old here. So when come down and run application, so run the application. So we are going to get let's just say 23. You see, you are 23 years old. So if we run it like that without converting, we are going to get issue. Now we'll be doing a mini application, which is known as what? Mini project. I title it simple application. Simple calculator. So let's do it. So I want to combine everything we have done together and work on this. So let's do it. Now I don't want to generate the normal C# code. I want to type them from beginning so you won't forget, like the using system and some of those stuff. Like using system, it's more or less like the same thing like a package when it comes to Java as well. Package, like you are creating a folder that you will store all your classes and everything. So I'm going to type them from beginning. So I'll say using system, system, okay, using system. Then I will give it a class. Just stay tuned, we will still do classes. or just understand everything we type them in a class. So basically, C# is an object-oriented programming language, and you cannot do anything with that class. So everything we've been typing, they are inside classes. You understand? Okay, so I don't want to complicate things. Let's just do everything like something like this. So I will say console. I don't want to manually create class. So just for you to know that everything is inside class, but it is not visible to us. They are all inside the class. So let's say enter first number, then we'll do this. So when you say enter first number, say a is equals to, then don't forget to convert to, so this is what we already have. Convert to string 32, string to int 32, then to read it. Don't forget the reason why we surround it with to int 32, so that we could convert from string to what? To integer, in order to read the number. Then the second one, we will say Console.WriteLine, then we'll say enter second number, then int b equals to, we'll have the same thing too. So this there is a mistake here, so we'll say read line. No, you don't want to do +1. So if you put that +1, it will always add 1 whenever you run that. So we can say int sum equals to a plus b. So there is a way you can also do this. You can do that and convert here, but be caution. So let's just follow this. So when we can now read our application. So don't forget, we talked about string interpolation. When those of you doing Angular, you will understand what I'm saying. And also even the modern C#, the modern C JavaScript. Like if you're doing JavaScript, you're doing TypeScript. So let's just say the sum of a and b oh sorry, instead of a I say b and b is, then you can now do what? You can now interpolate the sum. So that is it. So this is a program we'll create. It's a very simple program, don't forget. It's a very simple program. So I'm going to run it. I've saved, then run. So it will request for me to enter first number, so I will enter 23. It will say enter second number, I will enter 54. Then it will give me the sum of 23 and 54 is 77. So you can see everything work well. We were asked to enter two numbers, and we converted those numbers, added those numbers together, and display the result. Now this is the same logic that powers calculators, apps, website, and a lot of automation you will see in the next lesson. Great job. You've completed lesson 1 of the C# beginner series. In the next video, we will dive deep into conditions, if else comparison, and build a student grade checker. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you, like, comment, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any series. You are welcome to ask any question in the comment section. We can discuss. You can reach out to me, ask question. If I see your question in the comment section and I see that it's very much interesting, I can talk about it again in the next video as well. And also we can also move it from this on and discuss more. Thank you very much. Stay tuned.